Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we're here today to talk about Real Housewives of Potomac slash Married to Medicine. Can we knock them both out in a mashup, y'all? Can we get them both? Listen, I'm not going to shit on them. They were fine. They were entertaining. Real Housewives of Potomac, I can say it went by really quickly. So, but that could also be because I wasn't paying attention to Candace and her whole situation. So when they showed some of them that I didn't care about, y'all know, I don't care. I'm not watching. But I'm gonna watch back real quick and see what she was talking about. I guess she's on some kind of journey. But anyway, hey to all my people. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, like the video. It does wonders for my analytics, and I appreciate it. Comment, because I definitely do, comment back to everyone. And let's talk about some stuff. All right, let's get going. All right, nope, I can already see I'm not going to be able to do a whole mashup, you guys, because I think enough happened on Potomac for it to have like its own thing. I don't want to have like an hour-long review. So yeah, I'll probably separate them. All right, now let's get going for real. All right, so Karen and Giselle. Yep, I said it right. Karen and Giselle are walking to the park. They have a little picnic planned, and it's really good to see them together. I like them as friends. I'm not going to lie. I know this will not last long. But so I'm just going to take it all in while I can. But yeah, they're spreading out the covers and putting everything out for the picnic. And then along comes Robin with her red hair and green blazer looking like the ghost of Christmas past or something. Fuck, she got on all the time. It's all the time with her. Oh, and might I add, Giselle looks fine. She looks like she has on that little three-piece Fashion Nova situation, or actually it's going around now. Like it's probably Shein or wherever. I'm not clowning. It's a cute little outfit, but that's why it looks cute, because somebody else put it together. It's an outfit. So they start talking about Ashley and the fact that she is getting a divorce. Did you hear? Yeah, I heard. Did you hear? And Karen's like, yeah, she's probably slow motion right about now. And Giselle is like, her TikTok is keeping her going. So we see Ashley doing all her TikToks and everything. So as they're talking about her, what's her name comes? Ashley comes. And this actually happens a lot in this episode where they're talking about Ashley and she pops up. So Karen is like, hey, Ashley. So they talk to her for a second and they get on Mia. Well, they talk about Karen and what's his name? Ray. And the fact that she says she's 17. I think she's 17 years younger than him or something like that. And Giselle is like, you got to get your timing together because before it was 14. And she's like, you got me mixed up with somebody else. Mia, the one that don't know, how to do her math. I've always been 17 years, apart from him or his junior. And then we get to Mia and Robin saying, oh, Mia says a lot of stuff that I just don't understand. I don't understand her social media posts and the fact that she has cancer, but then she doesn't have cancer. Y'all know how I feel about Robin. Maybe if it was anybody else but Robin saying it. All right, before we get into Mia's post and everything, what's her name? Ashley looks great, you guys. Y'all, again, don't like Ashley either, but she really does. She looks tan. She looks great. I love this hair. I don't know if it's her hair or if she got some added. I don't know, but with all these curls or whatever, like I love that look on her. She should keep it. So yeah, they're talking about the post and everything and the fact that she said she has to go to the cancer center treatment or whatever. And they felt like that meant she had it. And then she came back and said they still have to do biopsy and, there's no cancer so far, but they're still doing biopsies. And you guys, call me stupid, but that doesn't mean that she's fine. Robin is like, yeah, it's attention seeking because one minute you're sick, the next minute you're not sick. And I didn't take that second Instagram post as not sick. They're doing the biopsy. It hasn't come back if it's malignant or benign or anything like. So it's still kind of up in the air at that point. Now, did she jump the gun in terms of oversharing and maybe she should have waited until she knew or something? Yeah, some people overshare. Unfortunately, she wouldn't be the first person who overshared. And them saying she wants attention, what the fuck is Ashley doing TikToks for? For attention. Anybody who posts on social media, I'm sorry, it is for attention. So I don't know. I mean, I get it. Okay, you don't want to post that you're ill and all that or whatever. Again, some people overshare, and maybe that's just her problem. I don't follow her or anything, so I don't know if that's something that she does all the time. I don't know if she, posts all the time and tell her family business all the time, or if this is just weird because she usually doesn't do it and now she just jumped all the way out the window and said, "Yeah, I got cancer." And I didn't even take that as she had cancer. She didn't say I have cancer. I want to go back and read it. Okay, so the highlighted part of the first post says, same time last week, Doc called at 7:31 a.m. Mia, I'm so sorry, but your test results came back and I need you to go to Johns Hopkins Cancer Center today for further evaluation. Now, after reading that, it doesn't sound good, you guys. She did make it sound like her test results came back positive, that, maybe she does have cancer. When in actuality, after hearing her side of the story, it sounds like maybe she went in for testing and they found the lumps or what have you. And that's what they told her, which also could be, what happened. And then later on, she's having the biopsy, which is what her second post said. I don't know. I'm actually on the fence about this. So I'm not on either side in terms of, I do think she overshared. I don't know if she did it on purpose, but again, the things that they're talking about now is how it's hard to believe Mia because she comes off as a liar, because last season she was openly lying and we all know that. Mia's a liar. She is. I'm sorry. But I don't know if somebody or anyone would lie about this. I don't know. So they're just calling it weird. And sorry I had to do a full breakdown, but that's what half of this shit is all about. This whole entire episode, well, I won't say whole entire, but everything that Giselle and them talked about is Mia in this post. So yeah, I needed to get a little bit more understanding because last night I watched, but I wasn't really all into it. So I didn't really get what her full post was. Yeah, I can see where that would be misleading for sure. I don't know if she did it on purpose. And if she did to get attention, again, I think that's what everybody does. Everybody tries to get attention. Unfortunately, hers and the way she went about getting it was, not good. But let's move on. Finally, right? Whew. So as they're talking about it, Karen is just trying to get an understanding for what they have, an issue with, because she did not technically come out and say, "I'm sick, I'm not sick," like Robin said. She never said, "I'm not sick." She just said, "I'm going for further testing or whatever. I'm okay. I'm just going for further testing." That doesn't mean I'm not sick. That doesn't mean I don't have anything going on with me. But anyway, Karen is, she's always keeping it real in terms of what she thinks. She said, "Listen, I don't know that this is what she was doing to be attention seeking. If it is, it better not be. You don't play with stuff like that." She was like, "Normally I just pray. I just go to Jesus or whatever." But she told Giselle, "Listen, I think you're being a little judgmental and we need to hear," always something, y'all. Sorry. She's like, "I think we need to hear her out." So Karen was not just all team, "Oh, she's a liar," like Giselle later on is going to make it sound like Karen was, "Oh, she's a liar" with them. And Karen is like, "No, you got it wrong." So Giselle's kind of a liar too. Y'all, they all liars. Robin is a goddamn liar about this wedding. Ashley is a goddamn liar about this divorce, but we gonna get there, okay? So they all liars. So now they turn their sights to Ashley. "Yeah, let's talk about you. You're getting a divorce, huh?" She's like, "Yeah, I am getting a divorce." "Why? What's the problem?" And this is all Giselle, because for some reason Giselle is on 10 so far. This first episode, I'm just like, Giselle needs to calm her ass down. Like, she's doing any and everything to try to stay on the show to me. Like, she normally is a shit starter, but this was just a lot. Everything she was saying was just a lot. So she's going in and she's like, "So what happened?" "Well, he's drinking. I'm not drinking anymore." "Oh, you guys are getting a divorce because he drinks and you're not drinking?" Like that. That's what she's like. "No, that's not what it is. But, sexually we're kind of off or whatever. We went to Miami and this girl was interested." Excuse me. This girl was interested in me, and Michael, was very interested in doing that, and I told him no more threesomes. "Oh, so you guys went to Miami. He wanted a threesome. You didn't want a threesome, so now I don't want to be with you anymore?" That's Giselle. And I'm like, Giselle, how about you shut the hell up? How about you just let her finish the story and you quit jumping in trying to, once again, we always got a producer on every show, you guys, and Giselle is definitely the producer of this show. it's a little ridiculous because, well, none of them can really hide it, but she's just ridiculous. So Ashley, she's in the confessional talking about how, things have changed. And after the infidelity, she told Michael she didn't want to do it anymore. And he still kind of wants to do the whole threesome thing. And I'm like, yeah, because he don't like women really, allegedly. So yes, sis, he still want to play. So you guys, I'm just gonna sum this up with Ashley's a fucking liar. Her and Michael liars just to be on this show. You can't tell me they're going through a divorce. All right, so let's just wrap Ashley up and all her shit, okay? Ashley is going through a divorce, says she. She said in the state of Maryland, you have to be separated for, I think she said a year or something. So right now, they're separated but headed for a divorce. Keep that in mind because later on she says, I never said we're getting divorced. I said we're separated. I said we're separated because she's telling them how she wants a house and Michael has been sending her all these homes or whatever, and she's like, that's out of my price range. But if they get in the LLC, which is both of them, and they're all like, girl, are you kidding me? And me too. And that's why I'm like, she's full of shit. Like, she's not going through a divorce. Y'all about to buy a house together. But the funny part was Robin in the confessional with the whole, why would you buy a house with a man that you're not married to or you're getting a divorce from? And why would you? Robin, who was still sleeping with her husband, ex-husband, because she downgraded from wife to nobody, just the woman that I still live with and I'm sleeping with, but she can't question me about anything because we're no longer married, so I can definitely go and sleep with other people and do what I want to do because she's nobody. We're just married. I mean, we're just living together and still sleeping together. She has the nerve, the audacity to be talking about Ashley. That's why I'm saying nobody on this show can really be judging anyone. It's ridiculous to me. And Ashley later on goes to go see her uncle and her mom and them or whatever. And Lord, her oldest son looked just like his dad. And that's all I'm gonna say. I mean, just like him. But her uncle is just looking at her like she's stupid because she's telling them the whole LLC thing or whatever. And oh, we have these proposals for the divorce. And he's like, who's writing up the proposals? Oh, what's his name? Michael. And he's looking at her like she's dumb as hell. And that was the realest thing, you guys. The way he was looking at her and the way he was speaking to her was definitely how my brother would be talking to his nieces and nephews, where they would be like, what are you crazy? He was like, what kind of life are you living, Ashley? He's like, what are you doing, basically? This is not a freaking divorce. You need an attorney. Why are you letting Michael come up, with the proposals and do all this stuff or whatever? He's basically still going to be the one pulling all the strings. And how does she not know that, you guys? So Karen later on in the episode says, yeah, I don't think Ashley is as stupid as we think. I feel like she's getting what she wants and then she's going to be out, which is possible, okay? She could be just trying to get this house, but it's still going to be in his name, so I don't know how that's smart. And like she said, even in the confessional, she's like, well, yeah, right now he's cool. And I guess that's because she's not being like, oh, I'm done with you. She's playing this little game with him. But as soon as she be like, listen, this is done for real. We're really separating. This is a divorce. He can be petty and he can, do some shit to her, which she knows. So I feel like she is playing the game and playing along, but to what extent? Because once again, if his name and everything in this LLC, he can pull all the strings on this house and he's going to probably put you in something that you cannot afford. So she just needs to be smart. But yeah, her uncle was not about it. All right, yeah, I am just going to try to go off of memory of what I can remember that happened, you guys, because it wasn't a whole heck of a lot. I know Candace and Chris, they're talking about the fact that he has a job. He doesn't come in until after 1 or something, but apparently he's in the hospitality field, and I guess that's not, it's not abnormal for him to be coming home that late, but she's not really with it. She's trying to go on this journey where she's freezing her embryos and all that stuff, or eggs or something, but I fast forwarded again. I just did not watch it because although I like Candace and Chris, I do, they just bore me. Like, I am just so bored of them. I can't watch it. So we also have a scene with Sharice and Robin, and they go have lunch or what have you. We find out that Robin feels Sharice is the real grand dame because she's the one that connects everyone. And I'm like, fuck out of here. She's not even on the show, really. Like, so we're just gonna keep it with Karen. Thanks. But they get into talking about Ashley, of course, because Robin, with her big ass mouth, just can't wait to be like, "Oh, Ashley's getting divorced. Did you hear? Did you know?" Like, she has zero business of her own to talk about. And so, just to get Robin out the way, her whole storyline now is about to be that she wants a prenup. She is the breadwinner now, and she wants a prenup. She feels like it's fair. She don't want him to have half. Sharice is like, "Ugh, girl, no, he would deserve half. You don't think I deserved half?" And Robin's like, "No." And I think it's a little bit different because Sharice was a stay-at-home mom, and stay-at-home moms actually do work. So I ain't mad at her getting half, but Robin, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know the full story of them losing that money, but I know she had something to do with it. So I just feel like it's a little foul that you help him lose money and now you like, don't touch my money. But it is what it is. I mean, you already know he ain't shit. So the fact that you even sticking around in the first place is all on you, sis. But they get to talking about Ashley once again, and Sharice is just like, "Oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it." Especially when she tells that they're trying to buy this house and everything, like literally telling all her business. And she's like, "Yeah, I just don't believe it. I think it's not true." And I feel the same way. And I think it's sad. I think it's so sad the lengths that these people will go through or go to stay on these shows. Like, it's just ridiculous. All right, so Mia has rented a home, and it's so funny because she's like, I moved to Potomac, and we're in a house, and we're right down the street from Karen. And then when they show Karen's house, it's like Karen's rental house. And then she's like, yeah, we're renting this house, but she invested 65,000 or more or whatever into the house to make it her own. And I'm like, that is less than smart. I don't know. That's a lot of money and it's less than smart. And now knowing what's going on in her real life, and I think she said they pay like 10,000 a month for rent or something. Girl, what y'all gonna do now that they didn't froze all your money basically? Like, they didn't kick y'all out. Where's your livelihood? Like, I don't know. People just gotta think about that stuff. And yeah, Mia was really talking like these were her businesses, and like her and G had the, like they were the owners and it's their shit. And coming to find out, they have been pushed out by family members. So and so speaking of family members, she's having people over for food, her family. So it was good to see lovely black people on the screen. Karen comes over. I can't remember what they talk about, but I do remember Mia's mom asking about, her test and if she got the results back. And Mia was a little, yeah, yesterday or day for yesterday, something she said. And I'm like, why you ain't tell your mama the results or whatever? But she kind of blew it off and was just like, it wasn't a huge deal. So I don't know what Mia is on. Maybe she just really is looking for attention. All right, Wendy, who we do not know why she's still on the show again. She's going to meet with Peter, whom I love. You guys, I happen to love Peter Thomas. I do. I adore him. I think he's funny as all get out. He's real. He's raw. He's funny. But she goes to see him and they're talking about doing business together, the numbers that he's throwing out. She's like, ooh, I don't know if my husband gonna really go for it, but the idea she's throwing out to have like a bar or whatever, but in the daytime it's supposed to have books and kids can come, and he's like, no, that is not gonna work out. So I just don't think this is a good idea, them doing business together. I really don't. Like, I love Peter, would not want to do business with Peter. And I think Wendy is a little I don't know, she's a little abrasive. They both can be kind of abrasive, so I don't know how they're going to get along. So hopefully this is just a storyline and not something that's going to really happen. All right, Giselle is at home with her kids, her daughters, the twins, so cute. They come in to try to help her find something to wear, and what they rested on, I still didn't like. This little jumpsuit or whatever with all these flowers. I mean, I get it. She's going to a spring forward or whatever it's called, But and then the box that Karen sent was tacos and tequila, and it had like these little baby tacos, real tacos in there, and tequila. And Ashley's son was about to open one of the bottles, but okay, she went all out her way with this box that she could have just been like, "Hey, come to my party," which she actually did when they were having the little picnic or whatever. She invited them, and I'm like, that was invite enough. Just send a text and tell them what time and where, sis. Like, you ain't even got to do all that. But the daughters are cute always, so she ends up calling Robin, and nothing to see here, so we'll move on. Yeah, so we get to the party, and it's cute in there. It's cute. What's it, a spring fling or something she called it, but it started raining and like getting really windy, and she asked them to close the restaurant in because they had taken the little walls and everything out, so it was like an indoor outdoor situation, and these guys are struggling to put this this wall or whatever it's called, the windows or whatever, back in. Like, they are struggling. I'm like, "Oh, you got it? Wait, you got it? Hold on." Like, it's a struggle. So yeah, all the women are coming in. It's again looking very windy, but they all made it, so that's nice. So there's a lady named Jacqueline there, and apparently that is Mia's best friend. She's a pretty woman. I don't know. They got into it recently or something on social media. I actually didn't delve deeper into it, but I do remember reading a headline or something that her and her best friend got into it or something's going down. But they're like really showing her a little bit, and she's arriving without Mia. She's hugging on people and stuff, and I'm like, is she gonna be on the show? Is she a friend of or something? So also with this, Ascala is there. Mm-mm. They just show her real quick and that's it. And I'm like, oh, poor Ascala. But it's fine. She didn't bring anything, so her and Cherie can go over there with that. So when Ashley gets there, once again, they're like, "Oh, we were just talking about you." And then we have Karen telling her, "Listen, I understand you're doing what you need to do for your kids, but I just feel like his name should not be on the deed." And she goes through the whole thing of, "I never said I was getting a divorce. I said I was separating," and semantics. So Giselle has to be really, really dramatic with the whole, "You're lying to me. You said that you were getting a divorce and you're lying to me." And she's like, Giselle, I am, mostly transparent with you. So what I'm telling you, it's basically the truth." And I'm like, she lying to all of us. She trying to get all of us to drink the Kool-Aid. And no, we not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know y'all not really getting married. It's ridiculous. But that's it for them. So we have Mia when she comes in, you guys, and I'm just gonna sum it up. Giselle is ridiculous. Running up to her. Oh wait, before that we get to that part, Wendy comes in and tries to hug Giselle, and Giselle's like, don't touch me, don't touch me." Again, giving a lot. She's giving a lot. And I'm just like, Wendy, why would you even try to talk to her? If you guys haven't made up from last season and like you was really winning, you was really going in on her, giving it back to her, like you really don't care. People normally don't stand up to her like that. So Wendy did a good job last season, but why are you running up to her trying to get a hug and then you're like, "Oh, okay. Girl, don't be bothered by her and don't try her no more. Like, don't try to talk to her no more. Y'all don't, she don't see it for you. Fuck her." But now we get to the part where Mia comes in, and it's so funny because she walks in like it is her party. I'm like, okay, Mia, okay. Y'all, so when Mia comes and Giselle walks up to her and she's asking Karen, she's like, "Oh, hey, is this what cancer, no cancer looks like?" And I'm like, seriously? That's how you want to greet her? I don't care what kind of issue you have with her. Like, you just don't want to be throwing that shit around like that. Because what if she got her results back and she really did have it? Like, oh my God. But anyway, and Mia's like, "Excuse me," and she's like, Giselle is asking Karen, "Did you talk to her about her social media post?" Like she's her mom. And they go back and forth about Karen agreeing. She's like, "I did not agree. I just said I wouldn't have done it, but we got to hear her out." So Giselle was lying. And then finally, Robin comes. Somebody stepping out looking a whole hot ass mess. The outfit she had on, a mess. What you like, Beetlejuice or whatever? I'm like, ew. So she comes walking up, then Ashley comes over, and that is when what's her name? Mia just snaps. And I was happy she did. She was like, listen, they called me and they told me, I'm sorry, but it looks like you may have lymphoma. And I was upset. I put it out because I was hurting. I was crying with my kids, with my husband. And we're talking about my health. And if you don't believe me or you got something to say, fuck you. And I was like, yes. And she said it again. Fuck you. And of course, you know, Giselle, how she be looking, what? Oh, yeah, what? Yeah, fuck you, Giselle. You and your big mouth, you and Robin. Robin didn't even say nothing. She just had to catch them straight. But yeah, so that's where it ended, you guys. So we will see what happens in the next episode. Apparently, well, I won't say apparently. I'm guessing because we haven't heard anything that her test came back okay and she's fine. So that's actually a good thing. I don't know why we're making such a big deal out of it. She did something that was, even if it was attention seeking, okay, it's over. Like, why are you giving her all of this attention? I need for them to come up with another story, another thing that they're going to be into it about or something. Like, I'm over this already because it's stupid. If y'all think about it, it's really stupid. Are we really about to have a whole season pissed off about a social media post? Is that all we're talking about? What are we talking about here? But anyway, if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. If you have not already, please like the video. If you have not, oh, excuse me, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. It is free of charge and I would appreciate it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.